Hey Chip, code chores time. You promised you'd debug the sensor logs before dinner.
Ugh, but I was building a game loop.
Games can wait. Bots in this household keep their commits clean. 10 minutes and I'll check.
Hello. Did you know it is possible to have an AI agent command another AI agent to code for it? Well, I'll show you all about this because you can surely do this with OpenClaw. Stay tuned and I'll show you. This is Jay Techie. Subscribe to this channel, like this video. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm sure you've been hearing all the craze about OpenClaw lately. Well, I want to show you guys today how you can set up your Codex subscription to work with OpenClaw. So basically, the OpenClaw AI agent will use the Codex AI agent to code for it. So it will be like a commander and the Codex will be like the worker. Alright, so let me show you how I did this. So with this kind of technology, I was able to get this working from a Telegram chat interface where I'm chatting with my OpenClaw AI agent, because my OpenClaw AI agent is already set up and alive, and this is the process of me adding this new skill to my Codex AI agent. And so to achieve what I've been talking about, we can take a look at my chat logs. So as you can see here, this is my chat logs chatting with my agent. My agent is called Double Edge. And so let me go ahead and start with the beginning. Okay, so I say, all right, I have a OpenAI Codex account. Let's get it hooked up to you so you can command it to code. So I am using my Codex account that I get with my ChatGPT Plus account for context. And then my agent says, to get your OpenAI account hooked up to the Codex CLI, I need your OpenAI API key. And right here, I knew this is incorrect because I don't want to use the API key. I want to use my ChatGPT subscription to do this. So I say, is there a way I can use my Codex subscription account? Is that what the OAuth way is? Look into that. So I tell my agent to go ahead and look into that matter. And so it comes back with the Codex tool, which is a CLI wrapper around OpenAI models, typically uses API key for access, not subscription. However, you mentioned OAuth, which implies you might be thinking of a different integration method or a specific tool capability. Let me check. And then later down here it says, you're in luck. The Codex CLI does have a login command. And so it actually discovered that, and that's what I was actually talking about. And so it went ahead and ran this Codex login, and then it says this usually triggers an interactive browser flow to authenticate you. This suggests it might be able to link to a user account rather than just a raw API key. And let's try to run the login flow. And then it says, since this requires interaction, it will likely print a URL and ask for a code, or ask you to press enter to open a browser. I will run it in PTY session so you can see the prompt and we can interact with it. And then it says, I will start the process now. Watch for the URL or code. And then, okay, the Codex login command has started. A local server provided an authentication URL. And then here is the URL my Codex provided. My double edge OpenAI provided from running the Codex login command. And so what I did was I actually clicked this on the machine where my AI agent is running, and I actually went ahead and authenticated and logged in and everything. And then once that happened, it came back and gave me authentication success. And this is just like, when you click on that, it's just like logging into your Google account, and then it authorizes your Google account or whatever credentials you used for your ChatGPT account. So what it says is it signed in with Codex and has this URL. And it says, and double edge says, success. The logs confirms successfully logged in. The URL you pasted confirms it too. It contains a signed token showing your plan type in ChatGPT, which is of course Plus, and your subscription is active. And then it says, since the CLI process already detected the login success, it printed successfully logged in. We don't need to manually curl the URL. The CLI has already captured the token. So basically, the CLI is like the command line, and so the command line was able to capture this login authentication, and also now the Codex now my OpenClaw agent is now able to talk to Codex. And as you can see, it proves it below here, where it actually says make a script using Codex, and says to test it, let's have it do something small and fast. I'll create a scratch folder and ask it to write hello world in Python. Long story short is it did successfully do it, and it did it in a temporary file. However, I wanted to confirm that it actually did it and did not just hallucinate. So I said, where can I see this hello world Python code it wrote? It said it wrote it in a temporary file, which it created just for that test. Since it was a temporary test, that specific file is likely gone or hard to find now. However, if you want to see it work in your actual workspace, I can create a scratch folder in your workspace and have it write it there. And I said yes, and it said done. I have verified the file exists in your workspace. And then it actually ran the code and got the output and displayed it here in Telegram. And then, but that wasn't good enough for me. I wanted to see it for myself. So I said, nice, what's the command I can use to run it too? And it says you can run hello.py, or it says you can tell me to run it, which it already did. I already knew it had that capability, but it also says, or if you want the exact command to type yourself, you can type this in the terminal. And just to confirm, I had indeed typed that in the terminal, and it did indeed print Codex is online. So basically my agent did most of the work in us walking through getting Open AI's Codex working with OpenClaw. Now I'm excited to see what kind of projects we can work on together. Alright, well, that's what I wanted to show you in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment on this video, like this video, and go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, peace.